What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to Double J. First of all, happy Merry Christmas. And Gia, if you are looking at this video, miss you, babe, and Merry Christmas. Okay, for today, we're gonna do a quick unbox. Sorry, for two shoes. As I mentioned in the last video, one is actually from the New Balance and one is from the Reebok. And I got the first pair I think is a 260 SGD, which is a little bit higher than the official selling price. I think it's a $10 or $20 higher than the original price. And for the second one, I got it's actually 50% off than the compared with the original price. So yeah, let's just jump into the shoes. Okay, guys, welcome back. So let's first look at this pair of New Balance. And if you can see as you can see from here, this is a regular New Balance box. This box is definitely not made in US or made in UK. If you see the label here, it says M1906, which is the model name. And we cannot say it is a U or R 19606U or R, other type. We don't know. And for here is NIH. The NIH is one of the brand. So this is a multi-brand collaboration. So the first brand is the NIH, corresponding to the N Hollywood, which is a Japanese fashion brand. So actually for this brand, it's more focused on, I think it's in China, it is actually popular. It goes popular because of it's one of the product line names that has the product exchange service. So like in that product line, I think most of the capsule are actually using a lot of military element. For other brand that is Japanese fashion brand that is actually using the famous by its military elements, for example double taps, brands like that. And for the eye here, it's actually corresponding to the Taiwan sneaker shop, right? Invincible. Actually, if you are a huge fans of Vans, definitely don't miss their latest collaboration. So it's just gorgeous, like the material they use, how they deal the material. Definitely worth to check. And for inside the box, so it's just a regular box, so there's nothing special here, but come with these shoes. There are 3 pair of laces. The first one is there's a triple branding there. So in Hollywood, New Balance, Invincible. As you can see, Invincible, yeah. And for the second one, is more like a cream colorway, but you also got the Invincible and the Hollywood. And for this one, still Invincible, New Balance, and Hollywood. Okay, that's pretty much for the box. And also the paper is just regular New Balance paper. There's no any other brand printing on the paper. So yeah, that's all for the box. But now let's look at the shoes. So I think for this shoes, it's actually not actually released, I believe it's released in 2024 or 2023, but at that moment the price is still pretty high, so I don't think I can handle that price, so I just wait until this year. And I get this pair from the carousel. I think it's like a Singapore version of the eBay. So yeah, now let's focus on the shoes. As you can see from the shoes, for the toe box, you actually use like multiple material. For example, for this part, it's more like a long hair suit, right? It's a long hair suit, and I can feel the texture is pretty good. And there's a stitch of New Balance here compared with the for the regular version of the 1906U, it doesn't have this one. Doesn't have this kind of a stitch, and also for this one, the 1906U here and here and here. Okay, and for this part, it's more like a new buck. It's more like a new buck. Like you can feel that it's definitely the new buck, and so as this part. And for here is still, you know, the long hair suit, and for here's new buck. However, for here, and also a long, like just stretch to the heel, is still using the same material, which is the I believe is a short hair suit. It's short hair suit. So actually for the next pair of shoes, the short hair suit is gonna be the main material that it actually use in the whole cover of the shoes for the next shoes. I mean, actually for here, for the heel part, it's just, you know, pretty similar to the regular 1906, except for here, this kind of a pinky, that's the pink ring. It actually can help you to, you know, more easily to take off or wear the shoes. Yeah. And for the midsole, it's actually using the cream for this part. Is, as you can see, it's cream colorway, and for this is off-white, and for here there's a brown, you know, corresponding to this part. I think just corresponding to this color, or brown. And for here, it's the pink, the dust pink, and the black, I think. Yeah, nothing different. Just, you know, just regular color using. And I think the most unique part is actually for the shoes, the tongue of the shoes. So, but now let's just focus on the shoelaces. For this shoelace, as you can see from the regular 1906, let's take a look at this part. This shoes. It's more like just regular laces, right? It's not like it's just regular laces. That's it. And however, for this one, it's more like those laces are usually appear in those shoes, you know, the outdoor shoes, you know, like hiking shoes, or, you know, those like functional shoes. But I think it's pretty wise to use this type of element, this kind of outdoor element in this shoes, because, you know, for in Hollywood, that kind of military product line is like a combination of the outdoor and military elements. So yeah, it's actually shows a lot of the, how to say, the uniqueness of the brand of the in Hollywood. And also for these two, if you look these two side, look at this two side. For the left hand side, there's a brown colorway for the logo and the N logo, right? And however, for here, it's different. It's changed to gray, so it's increase the uniqueness of the shoes. And also for the shoe, now let's focus on the shoes, the top of the shoes. As you can see, every single time we'll see these type of label, you can be 100% sure that this is definitely a Hollywood collaboration, because for this label, it always appear in the test exchange service product line of the in Hollywood. Let me show you one of the pieces that I get from this product line. So for this is actually a pants that I get from Taobao, and you know, it's more like a, how to say, Amazon in China. So this one is It's actually from that product line, the military product line. And if you can take a close look at inner of the pants, it's actually got this type of label. Except for this part, there's only one brand name here in Hollywood, and 1296 blah blah, you know, yeah, something like that. For here, it actually shows the other brand, which is Invincible, right? And inner of the label, still the same. It shows the in Hollywood. Let me show you this. It still shows the in Hollywood. Yeah, and it's still the same sentence here that shows up in my pants. Okay, so that's for the left shoes. Now let's take a look at the right shoes. So for here, for these type of how to say, for this Y, how to say, a Y stitch is just as the regular 1906 U, just as the regular one, but the main difference here is there's a branding stitch here, the in Hollywood branding, and also for here the in Hollywood types, I think it's more like a, you know, a military stitch. And now I think it's time to look at the inner liner and inner sole of the shoes. Okay, so actually for the liner of the shoes, inner liner is, as you can see, there's a huge part of leather, which brings like, it looks premium, right? It looks premium, but I think it's really contradict, because as you can see from here, it seems like the shoes is breathable, and also for here, it seems like the designer want to make the shoes breathable, but thinks that because of the huge area of the leather, it actually decreased the breathability of the shoes. So I don't know. Only times can tell if this shoes is really wearable or not. And for the inner sole, there's a multi-brand printing here in Hollywood, New Balance, Miss Hollywood, Invincible, blah blah, and even the model name of the shoes, 1906U. Yeah, so as the right shoes is still the same. Yeah, I think that's pretty much about these shoes. Okay, so the reason why actually and Hollywood has a lot of collaboration between with the New Balance. For example, the 2002R, there's a Gore-Tex version, the navy blue, and I believe they have 1906R, and this is the latest collab. The 1906U. It's U, right? It's U. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, but the thing is that the reason why I only get this pair is because the other two are, the price is way too high. It's way too high, and also I already have a 2002R, so I think that's, to be honest, these three collab, the three model is they all got the same midsole. They're all using this type of an energy midsole, so the only difference is just the cover, just the upper of the shoe. So yeah, so that's the reason why I only choose this pair. And now I think it's time to take a deep look at the next shoes, and see you then. Hey guys, now let's look at the Reebok. As you can see the way, when you see these type of way that opening a Reebok Club C shoe box, you can 80% confident that this is a JJJJound collab. And as you can see from this box, this is a cream colorway logo here, and also a cream colorway logo for the John. And for here, pretty classic made in Vietnam and Club C85. Now let's focus on the shoes. Just regular paper. And let's just take out one shoes, shall we? Okay. Now, for these shoes, like the whole cover of the shoes, the texture that I use in the whole cover is basically the short haired suede. As you can see, every single time when I sway, I don't know if you guys can clearly see that, but every single time when I sway, you can see it seems like there's a color change in the material, but it's just because the fur changed its direction. Yeah, I think that's the reason why I like the suit so much. It's just created such kind of special textured, special outlooking. So like the whole cover are used as suede. And now let's focus on the tongue. So for this nylon vintage tongue, it's more like it actually used the cream colorway. To be honest, it's totally the same as the vintage colorway basic Club C85. So if you see in the website, it just totally the same. If you can see, actually look closely to this part. Basically for John collab, like for every single John Reebok collab, it actually basically just remove the branding, the stitch here, and just leave the unbranded tongue. Just use this type of a design every single time. So it's kind of boring, but you know, it's John, right? It's John. And for this part, there's a rectangular area that shows the John branding here, and this undercolor is white, and for the John logo is just whole black. Unlike the because I used to own on the olive is olive, right? The olive colorway, and it's I think it's released in the 2023, and this one is released in the 2024. If I remember correctly, is released in the 2024. And for that shoes, for the olive colorway, like the whole, so basically the material that using the upper and also the inner is totally the same as the basic Club C. So for the outer cover is just the leather, the regular leather, and for the inner is just like towel texture material. And however, for these shoes, for inner, it's actually like do the reverse. Actually use the leather for its inner liner and also the inner sole, as you can see. Even though I think this leather is more like a, how to say, it's not that premium, you know, not as the one that, you know, it was used in the Air Force One Call of the Month that I did a review last time. Is not as premium as that material. So, but I think for the price, because I get this shoes was 100 SGD, which means it's almost like a 50% off as the based on the, you know, the original price. So I think it's for the daily wearing shoes is definitely worth the price. And for the inner one, still just as the regular Reebok Club C, still the towel texture material used here. And for the shoelaces, it's come up with I think it's off-white, right? It's off-white colorway. And also, if you think the off-white is too boring for you, no worry, bro. You got the navy blue colorway. I think it's to be honest, I actually prefer the off-white colorway. Yeah, I think that's pretty much for these shoes. Cause to be honest, for the John collab, there's not there won't be too much detail changing for the shoes. There's only a little, just a little, and I think that's the beauty of John's design. And yeah, I think that's all for today, and hope you enjoy your Christmas, and see you next time.